It's finished here at the Davidson Stadium, Altrincham 4, Scunthorpe United 2. Joined by manager Neil Gibson. Neil, 2-1 down in the 88th minute, 4-2 at full time. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels fantastic. Obviously, I don't think many expected that. It's fair to say 87 minutes gone, we kept looking over at the board, and what we're trying to instill in the players is togetherness and a belief. Days like today will help that enormously. We're stood there, we're looking at each other at 2-1 down. I thought, Scunthorpe are a very, very good team. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I didn't feel they were better than us today. I thought certain moments they took their chances better than we did, but we never gave up at all. And what I'm trying to instill into the group is, and we all are, is that we stick together in tough moments. We find a level of resilience, and we never believe we're beaten. So something that I want to try and instill in all my teams, which has always happened previously, is we go right until the end, and you don't think you've beaten us until the final whistle goes. So the players really took that on board today. Once the second goal came, we were never going to be settling for the 2-2. We really needed to force that home with the momentum that we'd built. So wonderful for the crowd, really, and the people associated with the football club to have moments like today, because it's a long old season and they're with us through thick and thin. So we want to try and give them as many good opportunities and good moments and good feel factors that we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seemed to have a lot of joy from set pieces recently. We scored 2 in the previous home game. We got the first goal this afternoon from a set piece. Is that as a result of hard work on the training ground?
Yeah, it is. Look, we identified that over the course of coming into the group, we looked at some of the games that we've lost this season prior to us being in, and there was a number of games where we've conceded from set pieces, and we didn't look like we were too threatening from free kicks, corners and good opportunities. I must say that I've worked with Andy Morrison, ex-Man City player, who is absolutely top level at set pieces, and it is real fine detail around that. Thankfully, he came in as a favour and did some work with us 3 weeks ago. Spent an hour or two in with the players, and we've carried that on. And Lee Jones gets the credit today. He does the set pieces, and he noticed something from the first couple of corners we had where there was a bit of a space that we could exploit. The message went on, and great delivery, and TC's got across to take his goal really, really well. So those are the fine details that go into all the set pieces that we do, so as we try to avoid conceding them, because they can win your games of football.
Yeah. Dan Sassy was suspended this afternoon. It meant Sam Barnes came into that back three, his first game for a while, but he was taken off at half time. Was that enforced or tactical?
No, it was enforced, unfortunately. Look, we can't catch a break at the moment in terms of fitness of our defenders, and I think that's where, again, massive credit must go to the group in terms of their finding a way through adversity, never feeling like they're beat. And I think we ended up with Tyler at right back and Matty Kozolo at left back, and our only 2 fit centre halves were still on the pitch. So credit to the group for finding a way. We probably rushed Barnsley a little bit. That's on me. I felt we needed him back out there with what we had available today, and it's a back spasm. So we're hoping it's nothing connected to his previous injury, and maybe it's something we can get him back on the pitch sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I was in the stands for them. Dramatic three late goals, and the atmosphere was incredible. What's that like for you on the sidelines?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's all well and good me talking about trying to build a connection with the supporters, the players, the staff. As a group, we've got to try and build moments for them to get behind. We've got to try and show them that we're really fighting to win games of football for them, so that when they come and support us, be at home or away in their numbers and pay their hard-earned money, that they're paying that money to get people really wanting to win the games of football for their football club. So when you have moments like that, it's important to celebrate it with them. It's important that they feel the connection, because they played a huge part in that. They sang all the way through. Even at 2-1 down, there was a good noise from our fans. It drives the players on, and then obviously when we scored that equaliser, they really got behind us to push us on to claim the win.
Yeah, it's been a really tough last 2 games against really strong opponents in Southend United and Scunthorpe United. Given the circumstances, obviously, of last week and then today, would you have taken 3 points?
Yeah, look, I think you probably would, if you're being honest. However, we go into every game hoping to get something out of it. I think it's a good barometer of us as a group. If we played, obviously Southend were 7th when we went into the game against them. Scunthorpe have been in the playoff positions all season, and obviously still in the playoff positions. So for us to go up against them at home, come away with 3 points, gives us an indication of when we're at our very best, what are we capable of doing and what are we capable of achieving in one-off games against the teams at the top. Now, in order for us to be consistent and get towards the top of the league in terms of those positions that they occupy, we've got to find that level of consistency week in, week out. We've got to back it up now with a real tough trip away to Aldershot, who'll be licking their wounds on the basis of their result today. So it'll be a tough game there, make no mistake about that.
Yeah, momentum's a word we talk about a lot in football. We're on a really good run of form at the minute, and the group must be so happy, particularly after a result like today and the manner in which we did so.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, when we came in, sort of, seems like such a long time ago, but it's only really been a month. So we came in and we challenged the group, you know, in terms of can we react, can we find a way they're better than where they were. You know, we walked in at 20th in the league, and I think, you know, with the 13 points we picked up from the first 6 league games, it's a real good indication of what we're capable of. But as I say again, you know, we want to try and be pushing further up the league and looking up rather than down, which is where we have been up until this point. So we're going to ride the wave of the momentum we've currently got, but we understand all the hard work that underpins why we get the results that build that momentum.
Thanks, Neil.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you.